There are some moments on live TV that the people involved simply wish they could do a retake. Even though there's nothing wrong with being a vegetarian, you can't really decide if your dog is one. A woman went to a morning show hoping to prove to the world that her dog was vegetarian. But when the doggo was given the choice between a veggies bowl and a meat bowl, she went straight for the meat one.
Storm, we hate to put the temptation in front of you, but it's up to you.
Storm?
Right?
Oh,
let her go.
Let her go.
Oh, she's obviously gonna go. Obviously. Oh, you little.
Yes.
I didn't swear.
At the Grammys, James Franco was on stage giving his speech for winning Best Actor in a Comedy Award, and he invited the filmmaker Tommy Wiseau on stage to celebrate with him. But things got really awkward when he tried taking the mic.
Whoa. 19 years ago!
At the Albert Dock in Liverpool, history was made during the This Morning show when they were doing a weather segment, and the reporter had a bit too much momentum and took out one of the pretend sailors.
Oh my gosh, are you alright? Oh my god, I'm so sorry!
When a man's phone started ringing mid-interview, he chose the least subtle way of putting it on silent.
Wow. Như vậy thì bình thường đi.
There's no amount of professionalism that can save a journalist from being scared of a bug that looks big enough to be paying taxes.
Oh, what is up? That's because it's hot outside. Stuff like that happens.
Okay, at least it waited for the man to finish talking, unlike a lot of reporters.
Take quite a long time to make change, even with the best will in the world.
After a cheeky jab from the Golden Globes host aimed at the NFL and Taylor Swift, he received a deadly stare from Taylor.
The big difference between the Golden Globes and the NFL, on the Golden Globes, we have fewer camera shots of Taylor Swift. I swear. There's just more to go to here. Sorry about that.
When reporting, it's important to stay hydrated. That's why one of the workers at the station was kind enough to fill one of the reporter's mug, having no idea she had other plans with it.
I really appreciate it. Dave gave me a mug like this. Did I just do that on air? I didn't know it had anything in it.
Oh, okay, that's embarrassing.
Well, people say that video games improve hand-eye coordination, but this would make you think twice about it. Okay, evacuate and evaporate are very similar sounding words, so I don't really blame her.
When I first moved here, I think the first time I moved here, it was like this, so we had to like evaporate, and it had like boats and stuff out here, but once it do hit that, they probably gonna tell us to evaporate, and then that's what gets on my nerves all the time. We gotta keep evaporating. Yeah.
During a Spanish trivia game show where the winner gets $200,000, a woman was eliminated just a few questions away from being a finalist by overcomplicating the question, in what year did NASA made a trip to space led by only women?
¿En qué año la NASA hizo por primera vez un viaje espacial comandado solo por mujeres?
1919, 1819, 1719, 1619, 1519, 1419, 1510... 1519, 1319, 1219, 1119.
¡Qué jaleo! Madre mía, la respuesta correcta era 2019.
They say a reporter's job is to dive deep into the story, but I don't think anyone meant literally. An example of the cat distribution system in full swing happened during a news report.
I want to say something.
And they say romance is dead.
So let's talk to Stormwatch Sea meteorologist Mike Rizzo about that. We're using air quotes, warm up?
Warm up, yeah, totally. You know, I'm a hot lover, a hot weather lover, right? There you go, wow. Okay, happy Thursday, good morning.
During April Fool's Day, a woman had the great idea to put on a green suit and creep up behind the weatherman, knowing that she would blend in with the green screen. Little did she know it almost caused her the job since the producers were not happy about it.
St. George, showers will continue into the evening hours here.
Sometimes we're simply doing too much. A reporter was doing a report on wearing masks on the subway and tried looping around the subway cart for no real reason, trapping the cameraman inside.
A partir de mañana, aunque hemos hablado con muchos pasajeros. ¡Ay, mierda!
Put that into perspective. We have not seen May since May.
Howard Dean was a former governor of Vermont who was running for president in 2004 and was even getting traction with voters after he spent north of $30 million in his campaign. But it all went downhill when he screamed out of excitement during a speech that was later broadcasted 633 times, and political commentators said that it destroyed his campaign, since people stopped seeing him as presidential.
We're going to South Carolina and Oklahoma and Arizona and North Dakota and New Mexico. We're going to California and Texas and New York. And then we're going to Washington, D.C. to take back the White House.
I have no clue how this happened, but during a news report, not one but two reporters read a tweet claiming that with $500 million, you could give over $1 million to each American, and neither pointed out the obvious mistake.
Given each American $1 million and I've had lunch money left over. It's an incredible way of putting it.
It's an incredible way of putting it. It's true, it's disturbing, it does suggest.
A sports report went wrong when a rowdy fan was aiming to be on camera, but was quickly when the reporter handled him like a prop with one hand while smiling the whole time. Note to self, always double check the names before going live, because you never know when someone's name is going to give you a surprise.
Happy 80th birthday to E. Norma Stitt of Quitman. Happy birthday to you, Miss E. Norma. Hope you have a wonderful day.
In the early days of Justin Bieber's career, Ellen encountered one of the most awkward moments on her show, when he picked her out from the crowd.
Right there. She's got everything I need.
A weather report turned into a skin report with a southern accent reveal on the side.
Not so pale.
You're on it.
Today, snow is crippling much of the Washington lowlands. 1 of 3 inches.
Drop towers are terrifying. Sadly for this reporter, he had to do a retake despite really not wanting to.
The entire fair, organizers expect nearly 100,000 people to come out here to experience all of the fair's ups and its downs as well.
A meteorologist was sent to uncharted territory when she had to do a segment on a haunted house. Needless to say, it didn't go well.
Oh, God. Oh, no.
So a quarter is obviously 1/4, and with an hour having 60 minutes makes 1/4 of an hour equivalent to 15 minutes. This man had a hilarious reaction when he realized that he had a mental slip-up on live TV.
Well, the sign says that it's 4 quarters for an hour, but a quarter only gets you 15 minutes. So if my math is correct, that's not an hour.
That's not an hour,
but
it is. And also, a quarter, 15 minutes.
Rewind. Take that off. Take that off. You're right. 15 minutes is a cool. I swear to God, I do not do drugs. I have not had liquor. My friends are leaving me.
Well, anyways, we're doing a story about they want to change
Please
the parking
don't put that on.
Teleprompter fail, or a creative way to spice up the news.
Check your panties. About 175,000 rice. I think that was supposed to be pantries.
What seemed to be a normal weather report took a big turn when the weatherman went and gave the real scoop.
Ryan, what's it look like out there?
Yeah, it looks like snow, just like I predicted in my forecast from the studio. I spent $120,000 on a degree and 4 years in college to come out here and look around and describe what I see.
Go too well for rapper Diddy happened when he was at the Ellen show, saying that something like a clown wasn't going to scare him. And well, Ellen put that theory to the test.
I'm not afraid of clowns.
But I heard that you were.
When a so-called martial arts guru was on live TV showing some tricks that were way too impressive, the host tried to reassure the audience that they were real bricks, but apparently they actually switched them before the show.
That's incredible. Wait, and to be honest, I actually felt these bricks. These are real bricks. I mean, there's no joke. Oh! Wow! Check it out, baby. Guns.
Guns? How the hell did you do that?
During a mixed doubles tennis match, smashes 2 serves on a row into his tennis partner, and considering those serves go well over 100 miles per hour, it probably hurt.
Oh,
she's done it again.
Oh, no. Number 2. Smacked at 93 miles per hour on the back of the...
A very exciting project by the Portuguese Navy was a sort of new drone technology that they wanted to show the public after people were wondering why they were spending so much money. But well, maybe doing it live wasn't too good of an idea. At a show with Tyra Banks as a host, they invited a huge rodent to surprise the guest Hilary Duff. The problem is that the host got a little too scared and fell off the couch. A kind of embarrassing moment for a singer happened at a concert in Shanghai, when a local celebrity didn't realize she was holding the microphone upside down, which obviously revealed she wasn't singing. They later announced that she was actually singing, and that it was a double-sided mic, which didn't really help. After a win from a football team, one of the footballers was being interviewed and got asked if he wanted to thank someone, and that's when he thanked his wife and his girlfriend.
And I appreciate my fans also. My wife and my girlfriend. My wife. Sorry to say. I'm so sorry, my wife. Listen.
In a Japanese game show called Brain Walls, a wall comes toward you with a shape in the middle, and you have to make the shape with your body to not fall. So they come up with different strategies, but one of the contestants for some reason chose a bizarre move. When a news reporter was doing a report on a theme park, he got a little too confident in one of the games and managed to scare himself.
Tower, you can let me go whenever you want. All right. Oh, God. Okay, so it's 40 feet tall, and there's actually a 15-foot little hanging thing before.
Even though Gordon Ramsay is one of the world's most well-known chefs, when he tried speeding up the cooking process at the Late Show with James Corden, he almost started a fire, and his daughter told him the bacon was kind of burnt.
Sorry. I'm getting crispy. That's crispy.
When Mark Zuckerberg was doing a Q&A with the audience, he was responding to a question about how to deal with criticism, and he accidentally said he's not human.
But it is going to bother you because you're human, and I was human. I am human still. But I was just referring to myself in the past. Not that I was not human.
Tables can turn quickly. When two TV reporters that worked in the same network were dating, the man went for a proposal just to have her now ex-girlfriend hide under the table. But well, sometime later their paths crossed again. A hilarious moment at the Eurovision opening happened when Dima Bilan descended on cables and got his jacket stuck in the wire, and incredibly he did not break character for even a second. A painfully awkward moment to watch takes place at the FIDE Chess World Cup, in which a handshake looked like a rock-paper-scissors game. During a hockey game, a commentator put his co-host on the spot after a suspicious sound came on.
Backhands it down the ice. Is that you? No.
A contestant perhaps celebrated prematurely when she went to hug the judges without noticing the pit between the stage and their table. Despite timing the confetti machine perfectly with the beat drop, she still didn't get it quite right. Conan O'Brien is known for not saying the most appropriate things on live TV at times, and when Beth Bayers accidentally touched her co-star, Conan was very disappointed.
I just touched your boob by accident.
What? Roll that back! I didn't see that! Roll it back!
I'm sorry.
Roll it back!
Even though bee suits are designed to protect beekeepers, they're not fully sting-proof, and beekeepers regularly get the occasional sting. A reporter learned this fact the hard way on live television.
You'll find attached to this story on our website.
An extremely awkward moment went viral when a Red Sox fan realized the camera pan on him, and he slid his hands away from his date. And well, upon some investigation made by the internet, it turned out that both were actually married to different people. During a mini-documentary that aired live years ago, Elon Musk was shown in a household setting with his now ex-wife, and it got extremely awkward when she went too far. When saying that she would have accepted a proposal from anyone, and how she thought of leaving him thousands of times.
I'd probably have said yes to anyone that seemed half sensible if they proposed after 10 days, just because it's kind of an interesting thing to do. Many times I'm like, right, I'm getting on a plane to England and I'm never going to see you again.
Really?
No. No, not really.
Jennifer Lawrence perhaps went too far when she scolded a journalist at the Golden Globes when he was using his phone to read his questions because he struggled with the English language and was nervous.
How do you see yourself for the Oscars
You can't live your
night?
whole life behind your phone, bro.
Huh?
You're just not gonna, we can't do that. You gotta live in the now.
Oh, sorry.
You know?
How do you see yourself for the Oscar night? And how was
We're at the
working-
Golden Globes. If you put your phone down, you'd know that.
When Gordon Ramsay traveled to Thailand, he was struggling to cook the authentic version of the local food, and it seemed like tables turned for Gordon Ramsay when a local chef wasn't afraid to critique his pad thai.
What do you want to know from me? Ask me.
Well, how is it? Oh no, look at that face.
This is not pad thai at all.
A quick-witted Olympic snowboarder made an incredible save after almost admitting to drinking under the age of 21.
I had unlimited service after that. I was getting drinks and I was getting snacks.
Wait a minute, drinks? You're 19 years old.
Yeah, I'm talking about Mountain Dews, baby. All right.
At the first day on the job for a young reporter, his segment was interrupted by a curious baby elephant.
In drought cases, it is up to us to be guardians of our own natural world, save our wild species, and provide a home.
In a popular Japanese show, a group of marketing professionals were shown a biking campaign of a race, when suddenly a stuntman came crashing out of the TV, and their reactions were priceless. When a helicopter takes off, it produces around 4,000 cubic feet of air per minute, which would be the equivalent of 40 fans blowing in your direction. When a reporter from the Hollywood Minute was clearly intoxicated, slurring his words and behaving erratically, Kristen Bell became increasingly agitated and gave him a well-deserved slap towards the end.
Okay.
Whoa, baby, don't get it. Kristen, it's really okay.
During the recording of a departure of a ship in Greece, a man pulled up last minute to the port, and he was caught missing the ship just as the ramp was closing. And to make things worse, his taxi left too. Okay, not 100% sure how we're supposed to know he was actually reading, but a man in India went on live television to prove he's the fastest reader alive. When a karate master was trying to promote his martial arts institution, he claimed that he could crack coconuts with his hands. At a concert in Washington, Dua Lipa accidentally hit one of the dancers with the microphone, causing it to go missing in the crowd. And well, some fans were confused why the song kept playing, but she still carried on the show like a professional and handled the situation well. When a math professor failed miserably at what she called simple math on live television, the cameraman decided to do some damage control by panning out to some artwork.
U Beogradu, ali širom Srbije, održava se 4. put po redu manifestacija, maj mesec.
You simply cannot leave one of the strongest men in the world hanging.
Our competition.
When addressing the judge in the courtroom, you always want to address them as Your Honor, since, well, they are choosing your fate. This woman made a big mistake when she called the judge Love.
We were together for 6 years, love.
If you call me love one more time. Oh, I'm sorry, it's a habit.
Meal times can quickly work up a temper in lions. When a news reporter decided to interview a lion at a sanctuary just before his mealtime, he wasn't too happy.
He can go into his den in the back. Right, Tao?
During the pre-show of a major ice hockey game, there were 3 hosts doing a live broadcast on the game, and sport in general. And viewers noticed that one of the hosts didn't get to speak much.
Наша компетенция обсудить и понять, кто виноват, в чем, почему мы не забиваем.
When a news reporter had very different political views than the station, she was threatened to be fired. and that's when she decided on the next report to quit live. And well, awkwardness ensued.
Not that I have a choice, but I quit. All right, we apologize for that.
A man's plan to charm the judge using his better version completely backfired when the kid gave his dad away.
Did he go through the red light?
After Kevin Hart made some jokes about Shaq's life in retirement, he got some instant karma. Anthony Anderson gave Sherry Shepherd a good scare when he pretended to send a snake flying off at her. An ABC News anchor had a laughing attack on air while covering a funny segment of a baby giving CPR.
Oh my God. I'm sorry. That is so cute.
During Good Morning Britain, a guest stormed off after the reporter accidentally dropped a rare plant.
Absolutely.
At the Brit Awards, which would be the equivalent of the Grammys in the UK, Adele was given a heartfelt speech after receiving an award. But in an awkward turn of events, she was cut off because she was taking too long.
In the room with all of you.
I'm so sorry. And I can't believe I'm about to cut off.
Me off.
I'm so sorry.
Can I just say then, goodbye, and I'll see you next time round, yeah?
Ladies and gentlemen, it's Blur.
During a live show, Ed Sheeran's earpiece fell out during the performance, causing him and Taylor Swift to be out of sync. To promote the opening of a theme park, local reporters went to visit the park and get in some of the thrill rides. What one of the reporters didn't know is that he was getting in a ride that had the tallest inversion in the Southern Hemisphere. Shaq is a man of varied talents, including freestyling apparently, and when Nicki Minaj was a guest at his show, he decided to risk it all.
B.I.G. Nicki Minaj, will you marry me?
No!
Oh, she said no. Man, messing up the flow.
A very confusing moment for talk show host Jimmy Fallon happened when he was surprised by Lady Gaga in the middle of his dialogue, just for her to drop some money on the table and leave.
Be careful in those shoes.
When Keanu Reeves was doing some press for a movie in which he did the voice acting for a character named Ted, the interviewer didn't even know which character Keanu was.
Ted. Oh my God. You just lost all of your cred, dude. That's right. That's what you should do right now.
For some reason, this chef thought the assistant chef wasn't worthy enough of his handshake.
Today, Chief Sturgeon Surgeon Javier is entrusting me with a scalpel.
An incredible smooth criminal is this dog who stole an empanada on live TV. When a TV reporter decided to go off script to give some words of wisdom, he tried quoting, "You give a man a fish, you feed him for a day. You teach a man to fish and you feed him for a lifetime," but forgot the phrase halfway.
Teach him to fish, you give him
When a wildfire was occurring near the city of Rancho Cucamonga in California, it caused the city to be filled with smoke causing heat and smog. So the KTLA crew went to check it out and interviewed scared residents. But well, one resident was more interested in the reporter than anything else.
You live around here?
Yeah. Wow, you're super pretty. You want to go on a date sometime?
We're on there live right now on KTLA, actually.
Luckily, the man wasn't injured. But to be fair, those sitting benches completely blend in with the surroundings. Okay, this probably wasn't super intentional, but during the Grammys, presenter Miles Frost didn't match the excitement for Harry Styles as he did other artists.
Grammy goes to Beyonce! Lizzo! And the Grammy goes to Harry Styles!
A mortifying moment for a jogger happened when she was on her morning run and took the reporter's question too literally.
Name, please.
Erica O'Donnell.
And can you spell first and last?
F-I-R-S-T-L-A-S-T.
I meant your first and last name.
I'm so nervous, I can't do this.
No.
After multiple dead rodents were found on the floor at a retail store called Family Dollar, a TV crew went in to reveal the dirty conditions the store was in. And that's when they were kicked out and yelled by one of the employees who correctly predicted her fate.
You clean it. Go clean it. You clean
I don't work here.
I don't need them.
And remember that employee who got in our face and cussed us out yesterday? She's been fired.
During a TV show, a group of unsuspecting people are lured into an elevator that has been specially rigged with a fake floor. And when the elevator doors are closing, suddenly the floor of the elevator appears to give way. There's a famous quote that goes, "A journalist is someone who writes what someone else does not want written." But sometimes there is such thing as TMI.
Diet, and I was having some issues, and then it was Obama traffic, and I accidentally had an accident in the car.
Oh no!
And I had to do, and I was wearing leggings, and so it was.
Some of Shakira's songs are so catchy that it seems that even professional journalists can't get enough of it.
My hips don't lie.
Oh.
As a reporter is talking about an upcoming game, the Oklahoma City Thunder sneaks up from behind and got a mic check from the startled reporter. 2012 was a particularly challenging year for Greece, and societal tension was at an all-time high. But some protesters took it particularly far when they snuck into a news network and threw flour and eggs to a reporter doing a live segment. When a reporter was fired and was not given the opportunity to say goodbye, her former co-anchor went rogue on air in defense of her, and shamed the station for the way things were handled.
The viewers' experience was rude, it was cruel, it was inappropriate, and we are so sorry.
And well, sadly, he got fired too. A news segment had to make a cut early when one of the anchors couldn't stop laughing.
Cedric the Entertainer.
We're coming right back.
When you're the president's dog, you have special privileges. The French president's dog sort of interrupted an interview when he went #1 on the presidential palace fireplace. After visiting a demilitarized zone dividing the Korean peninsula, the vice president of the United States mistakenly said that the US made a strong alliance with North Korea, when she really meant South Korea, and viewers were extremely confused for a few minutes.
So the United States shares a very important relationship, which is an alliance with the Republic of North Korea. And it is an alliance that is strong and enduring.
With the age-old debate of Spider-Man versus Superman, WFAA news anchors might have just created a superhero crossover we never knew we needed.
Who's your favorite Marvel Comics hero? Mine is Superman. Remember the motto? With great power comes great responsibility. Have a great night, everyone. We'll see you again at 6.
After football player Zeke was suspended for 6 games back in 2017, reporters were trying to get to the bottom of the accusations. But his teammate was ready to handle the questions.
Now, what kind of personal conversations have you had with Zeke about his situation?
I've had a few, but they're personal for a reason.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I walked right into that one.
Yeah,
What was about to be an epic start of a boat show went horribly wrong when the host misaimed his jetpack.
Fox 5 Morning News starts. Look over there.
And it starts right now.
A good lesson to learn is that if you're next to a water tank with large animals inside, they might make a splash once in a while. A reporter chose a wrong spot to make an interview and ended up being soaked by a dolphin.
Sorry, so it's not just a show, it's really educating the people.
At the European Athletics Championship, they were interviewing the second-place winner, which was very confused when the reporter asked him about how did it feel to win the gold medal. And it turns out the athlete had no idea the first-place winner was disqualified for cheating, and he actually won the race.
¿No sabes de la descalificación de Churundi?
No.
Hay una descalificación. Mira, no, joder, te lo juro.
You're a champion.
No. Sí.
No.
Sí, hay una descalificación.
No.
No, mira.
No, confírmamelo, por favor, que no. Yeah, that's right. You're a champion. You're the winner.
A woman got the giggles at the worst time possible while at work, making a news story about downward tilting toilets, and her coworkers were completely baffled.
The loo for too long, purportedly waiting for a... Sorry, you guys. The company says it could save millions of dollars per year. I'm sorry. I can't.
Diane!
Ridiculous.
Get it together, girl!
It's ridiculous.
Oh, yeah.
I put too many buttons in here.
Pearl TV is a shopping network in which display a wide array of products. But the variety of products mean that sometimes segments get weird. Group projects aren't always the easiest, and it can be difficult to schedule time to rehearse. At the Oscars, 3 talented makeup artists won the Oscar for Best Makeup and Hairstyling for their work on the movie Vice, but it seemed like they didn't get much time to rehearse the speech.
Jeff Waxman and
Jennifer
Madaloff.
Our DP, Greg Fraser. Our scriptee, Kate.
And Paula Williams, Jamie Kelman, Adrian.